In every village, there is a house people avoid. In our village, there was a house that did not just ruin lives, it swallowed destinies. No one in Umuagu could remember a time when the house at the bend of the red clay road brought good fortune. They only remembered funerals, broken dreams, madness that came quietly and stayed forever. And yet, people still moved into it. Because poverty has a way of making human beings deaf to warnings. The house stood alone, not because it was abandoned, but because no other house wanted to stand beside it. In Umuagu, elders believed a home must face the rising sun, so it could greet blessings before darkness, but this house faced west, where the sun died. Its walls were mud-brown, cracked like dry lips that had forgotten how to pray. Its zinc roof groaned even when there was no wind. And at night, when the moon rose, its shadow bent in the wrong direction. Children were warned, do not throw stones there. Do not pluck mangoes from that compound. Do not answer if you hear your name called from inside. They called it Ulo Ajochi, the house of wicked destiny. But the house had another name, a name only elders whispered, Ulo Naeri Madu, the house that eats people. Long before the house stood there, the land belonged to a woman named Neka of the River clan. Nineka was not rich, but she was feared. She was an Ogbanje hunter, a woman who could see spirits hiding inside human skin. She healed children who died and returned. She spoke to rivers without shouting. When colonial times came and land was seized, a man named Chief Okorien Wodo wanted Neka's land. He came with papers. He came with soldiers. He came with arrogance. Neka refused. So they dragged her from her hut and buried her charms. They broke her shrine. They beat her until her blood soaked into the soil. As she lay dying, she said only one thing. Any roof built on my blood will never shelter joy. Those who sleep there will wake up chasing shadows. Their sweats will never become fruit. Chief Okori laughed and built the house anyway. The first man to live there was Mr. Samuel Ease, a schoolteacher transferred from Nsukka. He was educated, skeptical, a church elder. He laughed when villagers warned him. Pagan stories, he said. The first month, his salary delayed. The second month, his wife miscarried. By the third month, he began to wake up tired, even after long sleep. He heard footsteps at night, someone pacing, always stopping at his bedroom door. One morning, his chalk snapped in his hand during class. That same day, he collapsed. They carried him home. By evening, he was talking to the walls, begging them to forgive him. He left the house 2 weeks later. He never taught again. Next came Mama Chidinma, a widow with 5 children. She was desperate. The rent was cheap, suspiciously cheap. Her food business flourished for 3 months. Then, her pot cracked mysteriously. Customers complained of stomach pain. Her children fell sick one after another. At night, Mama Chidinma dreamed of a woman with mud on her face, sitting in the corner of the room, counting calories. The woman never spoke. But every morning after the dream, Mama Chidinma lost money. When her youngest child died in his sleep, she ran from the house barefoot. She never cooked again. At this point, you might ask, why did people still move into that house? Because the house did not kill quickly, it ruined slowly, and poverty does not fear slow death. Years later, Kenichuku Ibe returned to Umuagu, a graduate, jobless, hope hanging by a thread. Lagos had chewed him and spat him out. When he heard about the cheap house, he laughed. If it eats people, he said, let it choke on me. The elders warned him. His mother begged him, but Kenichuku moved in. That was the moment the house woke up again. The first night, the house was quiet. Too quiet. By the third night, Kenichuku noticed something strange. Whenever he thought about leaving, the house felt colder. On the seventh night he heard it, a whisper. Not outside, not inside, but within the walls. Kini. He froze. Kenichuku. His phone fell from his hand. The voice sounded like his late grandmother's. That was when he knew. The house learned your memories. Kenichuku got a job interview. The night before, he dreamed of standing in the house while doors sealed shut. He overslept, missed the interview. He tried online applications. Power failed, only in his room. His savings vanished through strange expenses. Shoes tore, phones crashed, documents disappeared. The house did not attack him. It redirected his destiny.
But what Kenichuku did next was what no tenant had ever dared to do. He went to the old shrine by the river. The shrine priestess, Hogomadi, laughed when she heard the address. That house is not cursed, she said. It is hungry. She explained, Chief Okore did not just build on Neka's land. He sealed her spirit into the foundation. The house was built with her bones mixed into the mud. Every tenant fed the house with dreams, with effort, with future. The house prospered. The people did not. Hogomadi warned him, if you try to cleanse it and fail, the house will keep you forever. Still, Kenichuku agreed. The ritual required palm wine untouched by metal soil from Neka's grave, a cock that crowed at midnight blood, not from death, but from truth. At midnight, the house began to shake. The walls wept red clay. Voices screamed from the floor. The roof bent inward like a mouth. When Kenichuku poured the libation, the house screamed, not in sound, but in memories, every tenant, every failure, every stolen destiny. The house tried to bargain. Stay, it whispered, I will give you peace. Kenichuku said only one thing, you have eaten enough. By morning, the house collapsed. The land became quiet, grass grew again. Kenichuku left Umuagu. Years later, he prospered, but elders still say, on certain nights, when ambition grows too loud, you can hear a whisper from the bend of the road, stay. Some houses are built with cement, others are built with blood. Would you have moved into that house if the rent was cheap enough?